Ashley, you should be host now. I just made you host. You want to check and make sure?
Yeah, let me see. Manage. Yep, I think so. I think I can see everybody.
Fantastic.
And mute everybody if I need to.
Great.
Are you sitting outside in Indiana too, or are you somewhere else?
I'm in Indiana, yes, because it's like not 150 degrees right now.
Yeah, it's been nice today. It's nice that it's not been so humid.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute myself.
Okay. I'll start. Oh, I was getting ready to say I'll start right at 7, but it's 7. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Let's see. I am going to, I think everybody's muted. So I think we're good to go there. I am Ashley Lefevre. If you guys, I'm in and off of here sometimes. So some of you guys might know me. Some of you guys might not. I'm not for sure. But I have Vicki Wellborn. I feel like everybody knows Vicki, so like I feel like more people know Vicki. Like she's just so popular. She just knows everybody. She's good at making relationships. So I have Vicki on with me tonight, and I have Hannah on with me. Both are my level 1s, and they're both rock stars. They're super creative with stuff, and in their teams they do just different outside the box stuff that I even get inspiration from. Excited to have them but is going off with some tasks and some good stuff that she has, and then I'm gonna go, and then Hannah's gonna go. So I mute myself, but I can unmute myself if you need any help with anything.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, you're good. Oh, now you muted yourself.
Okay.
Now you're good. Yep. Okay.
Hello, everybody. I'm Vicki, as she said. I'm going to kind of go over follow-up. You know, this is the 15th of the month, and so we need to be reaching out to the people who ordered last month, the 1st through the 14th, and just checking in. You know, you don't have to check into them and say, hey, are you ready to order? Give me your credit card and all that. Just reach out and say, hey, how are you doing? And you can also, you know, reach out to the people that you've talked to in the last 30, 60 days. So first thing I'm going to have you do is go to your messenger, and you can search, you know, at the top. I lowered the screen on my other phone. Anybody that you've sent the link to, let's do that first. So if you go to your messenger, and at the top where it says search for, if you say, are you ready to order? And that's something you always say. Or if you say, here is my link. If you click on that in the search bar, that's going to bring up everybody you've said that word to. And then when you click on one of those people, you can go to see last message with them. And so let's send 10 messages to people just checking in. If it's somebody you gave your link to and they never went to order, you know, you can always say, hey, are you still open to losing weight and getting healthy? If not, no big deal. So you kind of give yourself an out. But if you can see on my Facebook, so when I go to that person, at the top it says go to latest message. If you click on that, it's going to bring up the last message you've sent with them. So let's go message 10 people that you've talked to in the past. Ashley's going to play some music for us while we're waiting. If anybody has questions, you can ask in the search. For some reason, I can't see the chat, so Ashley will tell us if we have messages.
Yeah, I like to DJ a little bit. Give us a little something to work with while we're here. So I'm gonna, while you guys do that, I'm gonna play some music.
Hey, your lipstick stain on the front of my left side frames. I know I wanted to go and smile and let you go, my mind. Your sweet moonbeam, the smell of you in every single dream I dream. I know when we collided, you're the one I have decided who's one of my kind. Hey, soul sister, I'm Mr. on the radio, stereo, the way you look, baby, you know. Hey, soul sister, I don't wanna miss a single thing you do tonight. Hey, 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 just in time. I'm so glad you have a one-track mind like me. You gave my life direction, a game show love connection. We can see. I'm so obsessed. My heart is bound to be right out on the chest. I believe in you like a virgin, you're Madonna, and I'm always gonna want to blow your mind. Hey, soul sister, hey, Mr. Stereo, the way you move, baby. Hey, soul sister, I don't wanna miss a single thing you do. Tonight, where you get cut around, watching you was the only drug I need. So gangsta, I'm so loved. You're the only one I'm dreaming of. You see, I can be myself now, baby. If there's nothing I can't be, I want the world to see you be with me. Hey, soul sister, hey, Mr. on the radio, stereo, the way you move, baby. Hey, soul sister, I don't wanna miss a single thing you do. Hey, soul sister, I don't wanna miss a single thing you do.
I can't see the chat. Is everybody saying they're done with that, Ashley?
So I think people are getting done. I think we're getting there. 10 people. I think we got it done. Hannah said shesearch.com. Is that what you said, Hannah? Sorry, I didn't read all your comment. Just be sure that you.
Yeah, I searched .com because I always send them, anytime that I send them the bit link, I send them that script that I put in the chat. And I just tell them this is how you can go in and postpone your order. These are 2 phone numbers that you can call or text to cancel or postpone. So that's just kind of my routine of what I do. And then at the bottom, I have, once you put your name and password, actually go to office.surevisionhealth.com. So because I have that .com at the end, I was able to pull up everybody that link to.
Okay. Cool. I like that. I said I like it. That's good. Okay, Vicky, did you have something else?
Yeah, I like that feature to search because, think of how many people fall off, that you haven't talked to. And, they say fortune's in the follow-up, and that's why it is so important for us to find a follow-up system that works for us. So many people use the box system. I had tried using that, and it didn't work for me because I want something that's portable that I can carry with me. So I quit doing that, and then I went to a binder. I write down everybody on a loose leaf paper and keep it in here. Because if we don't follow up with our people, somebody else is going to follow up with them and get them started. They say, you know, it takes most of our people 6 to 8 times of talking to us before they're going to get started. But they say most people quit following up after the second attempt or the third attempt. I know so many of my people on my team tell me they feel like they're bothering them by following up. But, you know, Ray Higdon had said, you know, if we don't follow up, that means we don't care. So he says, you know, when you're going to aren't going to follow up, tell yourself that means I don't care, and see how that sounds. That's why it is so important to follow up. So Kyla Helms is on here, and she's the one that got me to using Google Calendar. I absolutely love it because I always have my phone with me or my laptop. And so it is so easy to do Google Calendar. I had my friend Lori, who's on my team, over here the other night and helped her set up her Google Calendar. And so to set it up, you don't go to your app store. You go to like your Google or Chrome or whatever you use and type in Google Calendar so you can set it up. You have to set up a calendar on your desktop. You can't set it up on your phone. But then once you get on your phone, you know, every time I get a new associate, I put them in my calendar, and then I move a reminder out. So say like I had somebody, the guy who signed up today. So then I set a reminder. Hot Pink is my new associates. Then I set a reminder up for 3 days to check tracking. And then on that day, I text them and let them know, hey, your package is going to be here tomorrow. So tomorrow, then when their package comes, I have a reminder on here to, you know, check it and make sure they got it. And then I message them instructions. So this, you know, and then I can mark off digitally then after I do each thing. And then the green things are reminders. For me, you can set your colors up any color you want. But if you don't do something, it's automatically going to move itself to tomorrow. And so as I told Lori, you know, if you set reminders up and then you don't do them. So say I put in, you know, my follow-up. I went to my downline query and printed off who I'm going to follow up with. And like if you set 15 people to talk to today and you don't do it today, they move to tomorrow. Well, tomorrow you may have 50 because you didn't do today. So you have to make sure you work your business every day. You know, even if you're sick, you can lay on the couch and work it. As they said, you know, if we had a traditional business, we always have to have our open sign up. And so, you know, they said if our mouth is closed, then we're not working our business. So we have to make sure we are constantly working, bringing in new people. So I just wanted to kind of tell about the Google Calendar real quick. You don't have to do that. If you have any questions on Google Calendar, you can let me know. But so you can reach out about that. But I wanted to talk about new ways to get people. I have been, you know, I was having really good luck at yard sale sites, and then Facebook changed it where they weren't doing as good because, you know, we have to post them as discussion. So if you have a good yard sale ad that's working, you know, you can share it here. But if you want to go post in 3 to 5 yard sale sites, let's do that now. And then let's talk about some other ways that we can get potential people besides yard sale sites. So let's post in the 3 to 5 yard sale sites, and then we can talk about other ways. So Ashley's going to play some music while we post in some yard sale sites.
You know, I'll be getting the music going. Vicki, Erica asked, is that on your calendar? Erica, that is on her Google Calendar. So is it, you downloaded an app and then it's reminding you every time that you put something in, right?
Yep, I set reminders up for Power Hour. So you go to like Google, Chrome, your search bar, whatever your search issue is. If it's Safari on your MacBook, whatever, you type in Google Calendar, and you'll have to have a Gmail address. So you can set that up. But if you have questions, you can let me know and I can help you do it.
Cool.
It's very easy once you get it set up.
All right, I'm going to play a song here and go post into 3 cell sites. One thing that I like to do too, I didn't put this down on my things, is attraction posts in local cell sites. So for instance, I was looking, I kind of went over this on my last Power Hour, but I was looking for Mary Kay rep. And so I asked for, you can do it on your timeline, but you can also do it in local cell sites. Just say, hey, I'm looking for a Mary Kay rep, or something that you're actually interested. I said, so some people are extensions, some people are eyelash extensions, some lady said she had actually done it with the lawnmower, and she started getting friend requests from those people. And it's not somebody that you're automatically adding into the group. It's more, you're dropping seeds. Whenever I'm mid-month like this, I like to do sprinkle seeds a little bit everywhere, so it's not like you're going to get them a hard sell. You're going to get them in the group that day, but it's just people that you're getting on your timeline to be able to see your stuff. So that's something else you could do if you're looking for something else to post, a new way to get friend requests and if you're not going locally as a team too.
Or even your interest groups, you could post in those now if you wanted, instead of the yard sale
Yeah.
site.
Yeah.
I've been having a lot of luck with the interest groups, more so as they yard sale sites. I've been posting pictures of my plants and those plants in the plants groups.
Oh yeah.
Pictures of my Pioneer Woman stuff in the Pioneer Women group. I mean, and like in the low carb, post recipes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of friend requests from that. I was going to talk about other ways to get people. I can do that real quick if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead.
One of the books I was reading, he is talking about, it's called First Sentences for Network Marketing. I know you can't see it, it's backwards, but he talks about, other ways to get new customers. He said, so say you buy a box of candy bars every week, and you go down your main street and go to every business owner and give them a candy bar. And he said, even though you're a health and weight loss company, most of those business owners don't have time to go eat lunch. And so you go in mid-afternoon and you take them a candy bar, and you don't go in and say, hey, I want to tell you about my business. You just say, hey, my name's Vicki, here's your candy bar, and you leave. The following week, you come back and do the same thing. The third week, you come back and do the same thing. By then they're going to be like, okay, what's your name and what do you do? Why? And then they're more open to talk about your business. So that's a way you can get it. He said, like with our Heart and Hydrations, you could take a bottle of water with the Heart and Hydration attached and hand that out to them. You could take Heart and Hydrations with a bottle of water to the local ball field. Our local ball field just had a baseball tournament, and there was 15 teams from, other areas. So if you take, bottles of water with Heart and Hydration and hand those out for free, those people are going to want to know, what's going on. So that's another way to get, potentials. Do you have any other ideas, Ashley or Hannah?
I usually try to think out of the box, but in my interest groups, I have a Great Pyrenees, and anybody that owns a dog, even as a puppy or as they grow older, what a nuisance they can sometimes be. Well, Pyrenees, their breed likes to dig, and it doesn't matter how much exercise they get, they're working dogs. So my dog likes to dig holes everywhere in my yard. So you can imagine the energy that is exerted whenever you have to go in and fill all those holes in that your 60-pound dog can fit in. So I usually will get on there and I will share something in my Great Pyrenees, the interest group, and just say, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful for my supplements. I don't know how I keep up with this dog and 3 kids. And, I get a lot of people that comment on there, and you get a lot of the same people that will comment, and it's not, strange by that point to send them a friend request. And then posting on your personal Facebook wall about the products, eventually they're going to become interested. So that's how I kind of use my interest group. I kind of stalk them and see what they're about. And usually, if we have some of the same personal things in common, I'll request it. They don't find it weird if they've seen you been posting in the same group that they have. So that's how I usually get mine.
That's good.
One thing that you were talking about, follow-ups, I was going to touch on the follow-ups thing. And mid-month, a lot of people get, they get motivated at the beginning of the month. They want to hit those numbers that they hit last month and even increase the next month. So what I encourage my team to make it easier for them, we used to do follow-up Friday, and we no longer do follow-up Friday. I do have associates that still stick with that. But what we do for the first 3 weeks is we just punch it to them. So we go out there, we find new people for those 3 weeks. The first 3 weeks, we're like, boom, 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 every single day, yard sale site, blah, blah, blah. Like we're going through everybody and everything that we can find, all new contacts. And then that final week, I encourage everybody to go back for those last 3 weeks and to follow up with all those people from the 3 weeks, because you've made the contact at the beginning of the month. You've talked to them. Now they're in your group. They sat and they watched that, and you've talked to them, and then you're following up with them at the end of the month whenever, you know, you're ready to start ranking, you're ready to get those extra people, and they've already talked to you once before. So it's not unusual for them to talk back and maybe even order. And we still do Fridays, simple, you know, paydays Friday, but it's also just one of those memory things on follow-up Friday. So that's how we do it. Just boom it the first 3 weeks.
I like that. The boom it philosophy. Boom it, baby.
The boom it. Came up with that one.
Okay, I think we're gonna move on. This is actually Power 45 tonight. I didn't tell you guys that, but it's Power 45. Kaylee's got to use this link for her team tonight. Vicki, did you have anything else at all that you wanted to go over?
You know me, I could keep talking
Nope,
forever,
she's good.
so I'm going to shut up.
Yeah. It's different because I'm not long-winded at all. I'm like, okay, so I have a,
hey, everybody could be
Yeah.
reaching out to people who've ordered from them in the past. I printed my downline query and, you know, tell them we have a new product coming out, and if they want to get on the list, you know, the list is still open if you want to get on. And then if they don't want it when it comes out, they don't have to order it. But if they don't get on the list, then they can't order it till the 26th. So, you know, that may be a way to get some past people back. Okay, I'll shut up now.
No, I think that's good. I think you're right on about that. And I'm super excited about the new product coming out tomorrow. Like, if I had Power Hour this morning, we probably would have posted, like, go plaster your stuff everywhere. But I think everybody's done a good job of that today.
Yep.
So I have a few tasks that I want to just do for you guys. So I'm going to combine two of them actually, so that way we can kind of get through these because it's 7:20 and I don't want to go over it all on Kaylee's, on her Power Hour link. But so like I said, mid-month to me is a little bit of, you're always pushing, it's always pushing. But it's also planting seeds. You're dropping seeds places that, you know, maybe they'll take root there, but maybe not. But I like doing that. And I also like really cultivating and working my friends list that I have. So what I want you guys to do right now, and I think sometimes we get so focused in on pulling people in that we kind of aren't working our friends lists too. So I don't really want you guys to message anybody on your friends list, but I just want you guys to interact with these people. So we're going to do the green dot. I'm sure everybody knows how to get to your green dots in your messenger because a lot of times we'll do the green dot where you message people. What we're going to do is we're going to go to our green dots and we're going to scroll way down in our green dots. So that way we start seeing people that we haven't interacted with in a really long time on their walls. And we're not going to message them. We're going to click on their names and we're going to go to their profile and like or love something they've posted recently and comment on it. And we're going to do that for 5 to 10 people. And what that's going to do is just let them start being in your news feed again, let you start being in their news feed again. And it's important, Tony Robbins always says that, you know, the people that succeed are the ones that are consistent. So letting somebody know that you're consistently there, you're consistent, you're watching them, you're following their stuff, and you're also still working your business is just planting seeds to me. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. I'm going to write it out here too. We're going to go to our green dots and we're just going to go like and love and comment on, let's do 5 to 10 people on the green dot. And then the other thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our personal Facebook page. So our personal wall. And we're going to find something that has been interacted on a lot. So a post that we've made recently or maybe this month that was interacted a lot on, that a lot of people commented or liked or loved or whatever. And we're going to see who the people were that were interacted on our post. And we're going to click on their profiles and go comment and interact on their profiles. It's just a lot of being intentional. Sometimes I think we get busy that we forget to actually interact on our profiles and with our friends and friends lists. And so it's good to do that. So that way, when you're posting things, you're also in people's news feeds. But it's also good, too, because we're here to network. We're here to connect with people and make connections. So I'm going to write that out. I'm going to play a song. And if you guys have any questions on what I mean by any of that, if I didn't make sense, let me know, and I can answer some questions. So I'm going to go ahead and start some music so you guys can do that task. make sure.
Tell me that I felt it. I tried to teach you, but you're so hot that I fell to the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back before the cool done run out. I'll be giving it my bestest, and nothing's gonna stop me but divine intervention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some more, learn some, but I won't take no more, no more. It cannot be. I'm yours. I am yours. Hey, hey, just believe I'm yours. Open up your mind to see it like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find love, love, love. Listen to the music, jumping on the people, dance and sing. We're just one big family, and it's our God-forsaken right to be loved, love, 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 love. So I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot be. I'm sure there's no need to complicate our time. It's sure this is our fate. I'm yours. So say I wish you had to stop. Wake up where the clouds are far behind. Hey, I am somewhere over the rainbow. Hey, bluebirds fly, see the light. I am yours. Too long, tucking my tongue in the mirror and bending over backwards just to try to see it clearer. But my breath fogged up the glass, so I drew on your face and I laughed. I guess I want to say it just to keep no better reason to rid yourself of vanities and just go with the seasons. It's what we aim to do. Our dream is our virtue, but I won't.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop there. It's 7:26. I just want to make sure that Hannah has time to go over her stuff. So let's see. Task number 3. Something that I like to do is just make sure, and I did this last time too, but sometimes I think it's important that, I think probably everybody wasn't on last time, so it's good to repeat it, and sometimes people don't get it the first time and get it the second time. If you haven't liked the True Vision Health actual Facebook page, it's important to do that so that way you're getting notifications and making sure that you're interacting on their page. It's our company, and so you really should be keeping up on that stuff. I didn't realize that whenever I started looking that I had liked their actual page, but I didn't have it set in my default settings that showed up first on my timeline. And so that's what I was going to do. Task 4, I was just going to make sure that you guys have this set so that way you're getting the reminders and notifications whenever corporate is posting things, so that way we're all on top of it and can share it ASAP. So if you just go to the True Vision Health website, and I'm on an iPhone, so it could look different on a Droid. I don't think it would, but it possibly can. I would say it's probably about the same. But on an iPhone over here, this is their page. And right here, there's like 3 little dots to the side. If you click on the 3 little dots, it kind of comes up. It brings up something that says directions, following, write a recommendation. If you haven't wrote a recommendation or rated the company, you need to do that. But a good, if you're going to rate them good. I'm just kidding. All you guys on here would rate them good. But right there where it says following, if you click on the following button, I didn't have right there, it says get notifications. I did not have that turned on. So make sure that you have that turned on. And then mine was actually set to default in the middle there instead of see first. And so make sure that you have it first, so that way it's showing up first on your timeline whenever you guys are getting in there and on Facebook or whatever. And then make sure your notifications are on. I always like to just plug that because I think it's important that we are all interacting. It's our company that we love, and so it's good that we're all interacting and sharing our stuff. The only other thing that I had before Hannah goes is so it's summer months right now, and I think everybody's feeling it, maybe not. But I know for me, even personally, my kids are home, and sometimes the motivation is just not there. And so I was thinking today, like, what can I talk about to kind of, like help with that? And for me, it's always important for me to find my focus, to go back to my why. And my why originally was, I love the products for one, I love the company, but I also wanted to financially contribute to my family. And now my why's kind of grown into a little bit more than that. I also want to help other women financially. Like, my passion is moms to help financially contribute to families. That's what I love to do, because that's what I feel like, that's what my passion is, I guess. That's what I like to do. And so I saw this demonstration, and they were talking about, like, you start here and you see the goal. So like whenever you start, this is you starting and this is the goal. And sometimes we start and then we get knocked down by maybe team drama, maybe a slow summer, maybe customers are rude or whatever. And so we kind of get knocked down, and it's easy to want to quit and get frustrated. And so for me, during those times, it's important to always go back to my why, and it always refocuses me on this, on why I'm here doing what I'm doing. And so I would just encourage you guys, if you guys have felt that at all, to really go back and revisit your why, dig a little deeper than, just the products, because I'm sure if you guys have been with the company at all, then you've got to help change somebody's life. So in some way, so your influence has definitely changed people's lives. So I would encourage you to go back and remember your why. You don't have to do that tonight. I'm not going to give time for it or anything tonight, but I would encourage you to get up early one morning and just sit down quiet in the quiet and go back to your why and why you started. And I think it's a good reminder during the summer months, because sometimes it can be a little slow. But we're getting ready to release a new product, and I'm super excited about it. And I think things are getting ready to go crazy good. So, Hannah, do you want to jump on?
I think I'll sit right here and talk. Yes, I'm not going to jump anywhere. I'm going to roll off of that because I really enjoy what she had said there. I like writing down quotes, and I actually have this little leather-bound little notebook that I write down quotes. I write down scripture. I write down things that people say to me that make me happy. I write down things that I see that make me happy. It could be anything in the world, something that makes me happy. And I got this from Rachel Hollis, because she says if you start to see the positives and everything and write down maybe 10 positive things every day, you're going to start recognizing them without even thinking about it. So you're not going to be focusing on all the negative things. So I might see a sunflower growing through the middle of a sidewalk, and I think it's the most beautiful thing in the world that I've seen that day. And so I'll write down God's of a beautiful flower growing through the sidewalk where there's no other flower or flower seeds to be planted around that area. So I make it a point to be sure to put something positive down on paper every single day. And it just reminded me of a quote that I had actually written down, and it says, working hard for something that you don't care about is called stress. Working hard for something that you love is called passion. So if you're passionate about what you're doing, then you're not going to fail. And rolling off of that quote, I've got another quote. Michael Jordan has said thousands of times, fail, 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 and keep failing, and then you will succeed. And that's huge coming from him, somebody that sat outside shooting, 100 free throws in the morning before he does anything else. So for me, I like motivating my team. I always write down all these things, and I'm like, oh, I think somebody else will like that. I need to share that with them. So my big thing is motivation. And I think the reason, because I am so big on motivating people, I'm not like a motivational speaker or anything. Like, I think I failed speech class within like the first day that I that I stepped foot in that class. But I have lacked motivation so many times throughout this journey, and I think it's because I failed so many times. And I mean, it was things that were out of my control. At one point in time, there was like a big hurricane in Texas, and that was like the root of my foundation of my business that I was growing. All of my people were in Corpus Christi, Texas, and they got destroyed by a hurricane. Like, how can I set up and write a message to somebody and be like, oh, do you have a new address? Does your tent have a number on it? You know, I can't do that. And, you know, I prayed for those people, and I hope they got back up on their feet. And I did get them all back. Or the majority of them back. And it was a blessing that I didn't really lose anybody. But throughout that hardship, I mean, I had people writing me, hey, you know, I need to cancel my shipment. My uncle just died in floodwater, and I have to help my family right now. And it was just it was some very serious stuff that was coming on into their lives. And I was such a new associate. I'm like, oh, okay, you know, and I went to Ashley, who is my upline, and I'm like, I have no idea what to do. I don't know how you're doing it. I don't know how you're getting people every day. I'm like, I'm having people come picking up trials in my mailbox and gone. And like, I don't know how you're making money off of this. And I want to be able to support my family. I was working 3 different jobs. My husband was an underground coal miner, and the coal mine shut down. Like, everything went to hell so many times for us that I had to find a positive way out of that. So just staying positive, even like Ashley was saying, through the summer months, if your kids are home, or if you're on vacations, or, you know, you're trying to be outside and enjoy the weather and stay off your phone, that is completely okay. Just stay motivated, find time. Another thing that Rachel Hollis shares is that if you actually write down a planner that I carry everywhere with me, if you actually write in your planner, you know, an hour for True Vision and treat it like a doctor's appointment, if you put it down like, you know, at Tuesday at 10 a.m., I'm going to sit and work True Vision for an hour consistently without any interruptions. You're going to stick to that more so than just thinking, okay, what day do I have this week that I can actually, you know, fit True Vision in and actually sit down and do more than I would on a typical day. I mean, if you're like me, you answer messages throughout the entire day. You don't care, you know, what you're doing or where you're going, or if you're sitting at dinner, maybe you'll shoot a message to somebody real quick, just to hurry up in response to them. But to actually sit down and work your business, it takes 3 to 5 hours a week to become successful. And if you're not setting aside a time for that, then it's going to be detrimental to your business. So one thing that I think that you guys should do, and it's not going to be something that I'm going to slot out for right now, since we have to be off here in about 9 minutes. Thanks, Ashley and Vicki. But what you're going to do is you're going to find some time for self-development. And for me, I didn't have time to sit down and read a book. I work night shift. I sleep during the day while everybody else is active on my team. I didn't have time to sit down and read a book. I had a couple hours in the evening to have dinner with my family and then go to work. So for me, my self-development became a time that I felt like I was wasting. I drive 45 minutes to work. I have a 45-minute commute there and a 45-minute commute back in the morning. So instead of listening to the same music over and over again, what I was doing was I was trying to figure out something that I could do. So at the first couple of weeks that I decided I was going to do self-development or something to infiltrate my business even more, the time that I was wasting in the car, I was actually using it to touch base with associates. I was calling them on the phone, talking to them the entire way to work. It became kind of a pain in the butt because on my way to work, I live in Southern Indiana, and I would drive through cornfielded areas. Cornfielded, I just made that word up. But I would drive through cornfield areas, backhoes, haulers, stuff, and I would lose service to these people and even potential customers too. So it became like a headache of trying to figure out where I'm going to have service along the way and how long I'm going to have service, and let them know I might lose you along the way. So it just became a pain in the butt, more or less, to talk to people on the phone on the way to work. And so I decided that I was going to start listening to audiobooks. And I'm like, God, I'm such a nerd. I'm going to listen to audiobooks. What are people going to think about me when I pull up next to the stoplight and they're hearing this audiobook going? And sometimes they've given me that eye, but I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I'm doing something better for me. So I listen to audiobooks, self-empowering, motivating, self-development, network marketers, you name it. I've listened to it. I can't really express the book that I'm reading right now because it has the F-bomb in it. But it's basically how to not care what other people are thinking about what you're doing in your life. And that's the nice way to put it. So I've read this, or I've heard this on my book. If you find in your life that you're more successful than others, build a bigger table and not a bigger wall. And that stood out to me so much, because you see so many people become successful and then they think that they're too good for you, or maybe it's even your own upline and you don't get to speak with them anymore because they have a different social circle. Don't do that. Always remember where you come from, and always remember what you had and now what you have. Because the more successful you get, you should want to share that with more people and help them become successful too. So build that table, build it bigger and build it wider and build it longer. Whatever you got to do, get more people at that table. Don't put your walls up. So that's one thing that stuck out to me during this last book that I've been reading. And that's really all I've got for now. I could keep going on my quotes, but I know that we're going to cut this early. And didn't you have one more task to do, Ashley?
Well, going on building a bigger table, I think it's so important in the culture of our company to not just focus on your team. It's a mistake that I made in the beginning, and it's hard to go to events and like get there and network with and try to touch base with everybody. But it's so important to not just meet people that are on your team, but also everybody in the company, sidelines, uplines, downlines, cross lines, diagonal lines, whatever lines. And so the last task that I had was to find a sideline and show them some love. So you don't have to post on their wall. You don't have to do anything like that. But maybe you could find a name on the Zoom here that you don't recognize and message that person and show them some love. And maybe get to know them a little bit. Who knows? They might be at Summit. And yeah, so, or I had actually wrote down that maybe it's somebody that you know. I'd read a quote, a meme the other day. We're really big on the quotes. Hey, if you do personal development and you know your why, you're going to stay really focused and know what direction you're going. It's true. But one of the memes that I had read was, it said, having kind words on your heart about someone and not communicating them is like having a Christmas present for someone and not giving it to them. And so sometimes words can be the biggest gift for other people. And I know we all have our different goals in this business and in this company, but we are the face of the company. Us collectively as associates are the face of the company. And so if we can love on each other, it's a great atmosphere for people to come into and want to stick. And it's a culture that a lot of people want to be involved in. And once they're around, it's hard to break away from because it's so much fun. So that's your task. Task number 5 is to go to a sideline and show them some love. And I had also wrote this down. I wasn't sure if I was going to say it or not, but I'll just go ahead and spew it on you. So love is actually a verb. It's an action. So it's something that we actually have to act out, something that we intentionally have to do. And yes, you can see it. Yes, you can feel it, but love is an action. So sometimes it's actually laying down your time, your energy, and actually taking the time to show somebody some love. And so I would really encourage you guys to do that with a sideline. And I'm truly convinced that's how our company stays and that's how we grow as we as associates do this, because we are True Vision Health. And so we do create the culture. So that's task number 5. And I'm going to write it down here. I'll give you guys, let's see, what do we got some time? We got 3 minutes. Do you guys have anything else you want to say? Are you guys good? You want me to play a song to give them?
I want to say that if any of y'all are going to True Summit, I want to meet you all. I see faces all the time on all power hours and team calls. I invite people on my team calls, just my personal team calls every now and then. I'd love to have some of you guys on there and tell about your story. So I want to get to know you. So don't be scared by me. Whenever you see me, don't see me.
I mean, you are kind of scary with your T-Rex head.
I am. I just asked a ticket for my T-Rex.
hilarious. Okay, guys. So task number 5. It's 7:43. I don't want to cut it close for Kaylee at all. So if you are going to Summit, can't wait to see it. It's so close. I feel like it's a Disney trip that I've planned a year in advance, and I've been waiting for Stinkin' Summit. I'm so excited about it. So I'm super excited to see you guys all there if you guys are going. And thank you guys for hopping on tonight. Hope you guys got something good from it. See ya.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you, Betsy. Thank you, Hannah.
Well, thank you, Ashley.